In a country defined by contrasts of light and shadow, poverty and wealth, tradition and modernity, a new language of art began to emerge. Brazil in the mid-20th century was a place of transformation, a landscape where cultures collide and identities were forged. Amidst this dynamic backdrop, Lygia Pape wove her vision, a vision that defied categorization, that dissolved the boundaries between art and life, between the object and the observer. Her work was a rebellion against the constraints of form and a journey into the depths of perception. Lygia Pape began her artistic journey through printmaking, carving delicate engravings she called tessellares. These were not mere abstractions, but woven realities, visual poems that echoed the rhythms of the natural world. Inspired by Brazilian folk art, by the shadows cast by sunlight through trees, by the undulating patterns of ocean waves, Pape crafted a geometry that breathed. It was as each line held a pulse, each form a vibration. Her patterns are not static, they are alive, dancing at the threshold of the visible and the invisible. In Livro da Criação, Pape offered a journey into the primordial. It's not a book in the conventional sense, but a genesis, a silent cosmogony. With each turn of the page, forms emerge from the void. A point becomes a line becomes a plane, and a plane becomes a universe. She invites us to witness the birth of space, the dance of forms. Yet, these pages are not prescriptive, they demand participation. The viewer becomes a creator, crafting their own narratives, their own words. It's an invitation to see with new eyes, to touch the ineffable through geometry. As Brazil descended into the political darkness under military dictatorship, Pape's work took on new urgency. She abandoned the canvas, stepping into the public realm. Her art became a whisper of resistance, a way of speaking when words were censored. In Divisor, she transformed a simple white sheet into a radical statement. Participants move collectively beneath the fabric, their heads emerging through circular cutouts. Their bodies remain concealed beneath the cloth, forcing them to move as one, guided by the collective momentum. It was a choreography of unity and individuality, a living grid in constant flux. The piece confronted authoritarianism with silent solidarity. It was both protest and poetry, defining oppression with the quiet force of communal movement. In this tension between the individual and the collective, Pape explored the politics of identity. She questioned the autonomy within systems of control. In O Ovo, Pape explored rebirth, a performer trapped within a white cube, pushing, breaking through its fragile walls. The emergency is both violent and beautiful, a metaphor for becoming. It is the act of breaking free from confinement, of transcending limitation. It is also a political gesture, a call for liberation, a rejection of authoritarian structures. Pape challenges us to consider our own shells, the invisible cages we inhabit. How do we break through? How do we transform? In her late masterpiece, Ttéia, Pape captured the invisible. Using threads of gold and silver, she wove webs of light, ephemeral architectures suspended in space. These installations are not objects to be observed, but experiences to be inhabited. They reveal the unseen forces that shape our existence: gravity, light, time. Moving within them, one feels the delicate tension between presence and absence, between the material and the immaterial. It's an invitation to perceive the subtle connections that bind us to each other, to the world, to the cosmos. Lygia Pape was a philosopher of perception. She questioned the act of seeing, the act of being. Her work was an exploration of human experience, a journey into the relational, the participatory, the poetic. In an area dominated by consumerism and spectacle, she sought a deeper engagement, an art that could transform consciousness. Her legacy is not just in the objects she created, but in the questions she left behind. How do we perceive? How do we connect? How do we exist in this vast, vibrating universe? Lygia Pape's art was not about answers, but about possibilities. It invites us to see beyond the visible, to touch the void. Well, thank you for journeying with me through the visionary world of Lygia Pape. If her art moved you, if it made you question or dream, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your reflections below. Okay? See you!